I said to kids, hey, has anyone ever put their foot on the plug hole and tried to fill the cubicle up with water? And 100% of kids go, yeah, I did that. I flooded the bathroom. And I'd say to Terry, I've got this great idea about a kid who seals himself inside a shower. Hi, I'm Andy Griffiths. I'm a writer.
And I'm Terry Denton, an illustrator.
Well, in a loose sense of the word.
Well, very skillful sense of the word, I would have thought.
Before I met Terry, I was in the very early stages of learning to be a writer. I was making tiny little books of 12 pages. I'd get them printed, sometimes photocopy them and sell them for 20 cents or $1, whatever I could get for them at markets.
I've done probably 20 or 30 books, maybe more. I had never quite found the right writer to match my sense of humour.
I began talking to a publisher and they said, you know who would be great to illustrate your stuff is Terry Denton. I knew I'd found a brother in stupidity. It was finding someone who can do sort of wild, joyous energy with no apparent...
skill.
No. Part of what Terry does is draw badly, but he actually fights to draw very badly.
I'm trying to draw quickly and I'm trying to make it look like I'm drawing quickly. So it seems very unskillful. But the key thing is the idea. Like all drawing, it's what I always tell kids, it's all about the idea, it's not so much the drawing. They often write to me saying, really love your artwork, and I think it's because they think they can draw like that. You know, it's like I've entered their territory.
And it leads you into places where you feel like the book is not quite right.
And dangerous waters at times.
Totally dangerous waters. So is that its mouth or a...
Yeah, I think maybe the hole in the middle becomes a mouth. I just have to make it more precise.
Looks like a bum, just a bit.
It's like a bum, does it? In the early days, Andy and I probably spent 100 days in schools. It gave us a chance to fling ideas at kids and see their reaction.
I was talking to my students and I was telling them simple, silly, practical jokes that we used to play. So I started writing down lots and lots of these little jokes and came up with the idea of a character who thinks that he's really great at playing practical jokes. And I tried many different ways to tell it, but I found the best way was when I just said, hi, my name's Andy. Let me tell you about the time, I tried to pretend I was dead to get out of going to school. So that was where the idea of Just Tricking came from.
I discovered we had these spaces where we could do anything, like playing with the page numbers, so that there was a story going through the whole book that was just about the page number animal. The flick books in the bottom corners, I used to do that in my own books. It was very surreal, and kids, of course, will love that.
The reaction was, wow, he's done a whole book in the margins. There would be a Just book every year. Your drawings began to get bigger and bigger in the margins.
I was trying, it was a takeover job.
It was a takeover. You're drawing upside down, that's incredible. I can't even draw the right way up.
Nor can I.
I was working out how to use less words and how to bring more illustration, more storytelling. Well, we couldn't have predicted what was going to happen.
No.
We never thought you could really get bigger than the Just series with the Treehouse books. We began really telling the story together. It became a work where we totally merged.
The kids who were raised on the Treehouse are now coming to find the Just books and enjoying them 20 years later.
Each book takes us a year to perfect. Sometimes we've had criticism saying, look, two idiots just wrote this in half an hour. And I think that's perfect. I think childhoods have changed since we were kids. Books, I think, are the last frontier of freedom and wildness for kids. We drive our story car straight into the heart of things going wrong, and kids respond very, very quickly. And I can't guess exactly what Terry's going to do, which is why there's always a creative surprise in it.
And maybe it's the nature of illustration, it's a more intuitive kind of thing.
Mine is a mathematical, logical. Well,
Oh, and mine isn't. Is that what you're saying?
No, you've just got a tap of insanity and out it all pours.